Hey, Prince Yashore.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Mm,
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me.
yeah.
I'm just a small up and coming blogger, but I have been following you for quite some time and I'm quite intrigued by you. I'll get to that in a second. But I'm very honored that you took the time to sit down and speak with me.
Yeah.
I have a few questions that
Mhm.
I'm dying to know myself, and I'm sure your fans and the public,
You want to know as well?
yeah,
Yeah. I got you. I
for
got you.
obvious reasons. So that probably leads into my first question.
Okay.
You obviously seem to be quite mysterious, other than the occasional promoting of your work that you do.
Right.
We really have no idea what your personal life looks like. You don't
Mm.
share much of that. I totally get it, but what do you do in your free time?
Wow. Mysterious. That was a good one. I'm kind of a. No, I'm not kind of. I really am a personal person. Outside of work, I really have a family, and when I say family, I have a beautiful wife and two, kids that love me to death. Both of my sons. So, after I get done working, it's all about family. It's all about family. That's why you don't see me at none of the clubs, really, at none of the events or anything like that. I got real daddy duties going on. I'm a responsible parent. Both of my kids are in sports, so I'm always there for that. And like I said, when the camera's off, it's all about home life. Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, not that I expected, well, I can't really say I knew what to expect.
There you go. There you
Sometimes it's quite
go.
surprising people who live in the spotlight in a sense. They actually
Right.
live quite private, normal. You could almost even say boring. I don't want to say your time
No,
with your kids is
no,
boring, but that's.
no. It's a very true statement that was always once said. It's lonely at the top. You know what I mean? It really is. And I don't mean that in the literal sense of, not having my family or my friends or the fans or anything like that. When you get to a certain plateau, it's you got to really make it about you and yours, and that's what I do. Everybody else is going out partying, having fun, all of that thing. Not that it's a bad thing, I'm just saying it's not for me. It's not what I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I totally respect that. And I'm assuming that's just how you balance your work in your home life. Actually,
absolutely.
how do you balance your work and home life?
When I'm at work, I'm at work. You know, I'm the Silverback King, Prince Yashua. But when I'm at home, I'm just daddy. And if you can't differentiate the two, you know, you'll have a problem. I mean, it's just like as you hear people that are firemen say, you're not a fireman all day. When you're doing your 8, 10 hours, you're a fireman. When you come home, you're Doug, you're Mike, whoever. Same thing with this. It's just a job. Yeah.
I love that. And I've already heard you mention your kids several times. And I
Before we
believe,
even started,
right,
right?
I believe you have two boys.
Yeah, I got two. I got two
How
boys.
old are they?
My oldest, oh my God, is 11. My youngest is 5. Two
Aw.
beautiful. Yeah, I got two handsome boys. The oldest name is Prince Rashad, and the youngest one is called Prince Rakim.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I got names of the kids too. Thank you
Right.
so much for that.
Right.
I
Most people don't get that.
All right. Oh, I appreciate that. Aw.
Mm.
Well, how long have you been in the business?
Altogether, I started like in 2003 back in Chicago. So from like 2003 to now, 20 years.
Okay.
20
I
years.
thought I heard that you started in Chicago. Now, were you
Yeah.
filming like your own content, or was this working for a company out in Chicago?
Believe it or not, the guy that I was working with, his name is Seven. Please let me remember the name of the site. Big shout out to Seven. Blackbachelor.com. Me and him haven't seen each other in years. We haven't talked in years, but still love him to death. Yeah, I was working with him a lot and doing my own thing. My first movie that I did my own was, I forgot, I think it was called Pretty Young Thing. Something like that. I would hate for you all to see it. But yeah, that's how I got my start in Chicago in 2003.
I'm assuming Pretty Young Thing probably looked a little maybe on the amateur side, maybe
Oh
not
my
the
God,
best
amateur,
lighting,
amateur
best
isn't even the word. Amateur.
camera work.
Yeah.
Well, you got to start from somewhere.
Right.
And here you are today, arguably one of the, if not one of, but the biggest male names in the adult industry.
Yeah.
How does that feel? What does that mean to you?
Honestly, it's not a title that you can give to yourself. It's.
I love that.
Yeah, well, it's,
There's a lot of sorry to cut you off, but there's a lot of self-proclaimed, in whatever field, but yeah.
Right. No, it's not a title that you can give to yourself. It's what, the fans, the public, give you. And that was never my thought to become any of those things when I started, no question. I'm a guy from, the main streets of Chicago, Illinois, north side and northwest side. It's not a secret to a lot of people that, I've even been to the joint, and I wasn't there for auto theft. But with that being said, after doing all of those years and coming home, I was looking for a change, and, this dropped into my lap, and when it did, I made the best of it. I always knew I would be on TV one day. Personally, I thought it would be America's Most Wanted. But fortunately, the Father, thank you God, had different plans for me, and I ended up, being called out to California by West Coast Productions in Chatsworth. Big up to the owner.
Wait, did they call you from Pretty Little Thing? Did they see it? Did they love it?
No. It's crazy. What actually happened, I'll tell this story right now. I owe my whole career to a black girl by the name of Malibu. God bless you, sister. I have no idea where you're at or what you're doing in life. I hope things went well for you. She was a girl that was inspired and wanted to go to California to do, porn. And at that time, I was real good with the camera and things like that. And,
Okay.
She came over to my crib, and I was taking pictures of her. And after we took the pictures, we ended up doing the damn thing, and my camera was still rolling. So afterwards, when we looked, and I was like, oh, whoa, we caught that footage. And she told me, would you mind if we send that to, California too? And I was, I don't give a fuck, I did my thing. So we sent it out to all the big companies back then, which was Evil Angel, Elegant Angel, West Coast, Red Light. If you all are true fans, you remember that name, Red Light, Smash Pictures, all of those. This was early in the morning. Later on that night, when I came home from a movie, which was about 1 o'clock in the morning, I checked the emails to see if anybody answered back. To my surprise, all of them did. And they all pretty much said the same thing. Hey, this is a beautiful girl, but this is Southern California. We get girls like this. They come from trains, boats, motor cars.
Sure.
Every day. You feel me? So that was pretty much what it said. The last email I got was from West Coast Productions. And they pretty much said the same thing. But at the end of it, they said, yo, who was the guy in the video with that girl?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I hit them back and I was like, yo, that was me. To my surprise, dude was in the office, the general manager by the name of Terry Burton, and he hit me back, well, who was me? And I was like, my name is Prince. And he was like, do you have a number I can call? And I was like, for sure. We ended up talking. And he told me, if you did what you did on that video out here in person, I think we got a job for you. I think 2 weeks later, they flew me out there first class. They put me on a 7-week trial base. And after the third day, I got signed exclusively to a $100,000 contract. And I've been,
Wow.
yeah, it's been like that ever since.
And a legend was proclaimed.
Pretty much.
That's quite an amazing story, especially to come in contracted, especially with such a large contract
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Yes.
I know most people don't. Not to say that
No.
your journey has been easy by
No.
any means, but
No.
that's
No.
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, it was handed to me. I went back home to Chicago, went and talked to all of my family, my whole crew, because I was definitely, in an organization too. So I let everybody know, and everybody was proud of me and told me to go do my thing. And I left a week later, and, from there to today, here I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I must say that I'm not sure to my viewers or yours, some of this may be new information. I am already kind of familiar with this, with the process of how you started from Chicago to here. You touched on this briefly in the book that you released.
Yeah.
Which
Appreciate
I
it.
have a copy here with me.
You do? Okay.
I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
request that once this is over, I have to get a signed copy, of course.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
you briefly touched on this, and
Break heard around the world.
yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Absolutely. Well, no. As soon as we're done, I'll make sure I autograph that for you.
Okay, so
Thank
to
you.
any
Appreciate that support,
yeah,
man.
no, of
Appreciate that
course,
support.
to any viewers, I definitely recommend them listening to this. Now, the title is "The Break Heard Around the World."
Right.
Where did you get that inspiration from to write this book? What does this mean to the viewers that don't know?
Right. For the few people that don't know, in 2010, early in my career, I suffered a life-threatening injury where, a female that I will not mention by name, we had a horrible, horrific accident where she actually broke my penis. And luckily for me, when it was all said and done, the doctor that I was taken to, the trauma center that I was taken to, just happened to be the home of the head penile specialist in the world. So
It's crazy fate.
yeah, crazy fate.
I don't want to say it was meant to be.
No,
Yikes,
I'm not gonna say that either.
But
I'm not gonna say that either. So he ended up putting me all back together. 4 months of rehab, another 2 months of just intense trying to get myself together, and then I ended up back on the set. But after it all happened, to get to your point, is everybody wanted to ask, everybody wanted to ask, everybody wanted to know, everybody wanted to ask. And
well, sure.
for years,
This isn't something you hear about.
yeah. For years, I still
day.
get it. So I was like, you know what? Let me put it in my own words, jot it down, and put it in a book. And that's how it was written. And it was funny to me after I got well and I got on the internet. This was globally known. I would get fans from China, London,
Wow.
Paris, Greece, Rome, everywhere, Bali, that would hit me about it, India. So I was like, wow, everybody knows this around the world. So that's why I called it The Break Around the World.
Heard around the world.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
putting out your first book. And
Appreciate you.
of course, to your fans and any of the viewers, I definitely recommend reading it. It's inspirational, not just for fans of yours, but for anybody who may have suffered a similar injury or
Absolutely.
just in any type of setback, whether it be physical or mental, period,
Yeah.
because you literally severely fractured the very body part that you use to make your money, but you were able to
Absolutely.
come back
Absolutely.
from that. And this has been over a decade ago since this happened.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's truly a very inspiring story.
Right. So what I'm considering doing is probably do seminars or something of that nature, public speaking, to let people know, just looking for the right platform, to let
Okay.
people know that, hey, this does happen to people. I could name quite a few celebrities that it has happened to other than myself, but I won't mention no names.
Oh,
They
darn.
definitely know who they are. But yeah, I mean, no, you can look it up. I mean, it's public record.
Right.
This has happened, to quite a few people. But like I said, mine was seriously severe that almost took my life, from all the blood loss. So
Wow.
I'm happy to be here and all these years later to, write about it and finally give my true accounts of what happened.
Wow. Well, hearing you speak about it is just as chilling as it was reading it. It was sometimes it was a little hard to get through,
Yeah.
but still inspiring nonetheless. So,
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. For all the people that have supported me, I would love to say on the book, on the read, hey, I appreciate you because you can get it on Amazon. What's the other one? Barnes and Noble. It's out there. It's a great read. I appreciate you guys for, just taking this long journey with me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, switching gears a little bit, this is something I always wondered as a woman from a man's perspective, shooting these adult films.
Right.
Do you have a preferred type of scene to shoot?
Personally, no. No. You have to be very universal in this because you could do what they're called as a gonzo, which is just straightforward action. You could do a feature movie where, it's just like a mini series that you see on TV where you'll be there 18 to 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, no, you got to be universal with it. I don't have any specific, thing or anything like that. When you become to the level of being an actual star, not just talent, as they call people, but a true porn star, you have to be universal with it all. You have to be good at it all.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a favorite person, a favorite co-star, female, that is female co-star to work with?
You know what? I get asked that question a lot, and I say the same things. Absolutely not. I love them all. Each and every one does something different for me that the other one, doesn't. So no, I don't have a perfect or a favorite at all. It's a job, and when I go to my job, I set up for my job. I do my job, go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it makes total sense. I I pretty much assumed that like you're like the company set the casting and
Yeah.
the directing and all that. So it's
When I'm
not
working for other people, yes, right. Yeah.
right. So it's I always kind of wonder like sometimes you may end up with someone you maybe don't prefer, right? I mean, I
without a
imagine
doubt.
certain personalities or whatever the case may be,
Right,
it
right,
may
right, right,
clash
right,
a
right.
bit.
Oh, no, 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 no. You actually get that a lot where you're working with somebody that you particularly don't like. But again, that's where your professionalism comes
True.
in. And it's funny. Those are the scenes where people will tell me, oh, Prince, man, you went hard in the paint. You did good on that one. And they don't know I really did that because I didn't like the girl.
No way.
But yeah, but that's what it is. Like I said, it's like everything is a truce when you're on set. But as soon as we leave off, say, yeah, fuck you too. But that's what it is. The job is the job, it's the gig.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, it's quite the intriguing job, I must say. But ironically enough, I actually heard rumors about you planning to retire in the near future. Is this true?
Wow. Them rumors have been going around for, I think, like the last 2-3 years. And wow, this is such a small syndication with you, but and not to disrespect you at all, but I will actually tell you the truth that, yeah, it's very true. I'm pretty much on the countdown right now. I'm pretty much on the countdown right now. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and the majority of my body is out right now,
Now, is this just because of the amount of time that you've been in, or new ventures, or
It has nothing to do with the time that I've been in, but it's like anything else in life. When you're reading a good book, like everybody go get my book. It has
I love
chapters.
the plugs.
Yeah, right. It's like chapters. That's what life is. So sometimes you have to turn the page to get to the next chapter. It's been a good 20-year run. It's been a great 20-year run. With a lot of ups and downs. Turnarounds, all of that there. But yeah, it'll be time to do something else, and there's a few things that I'm into now.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask, what's next for you?
Yeah,
then
yeah.
after 20 years of being in the spotlight.
What do you do, right?
Right. Well, it could be quite a challenge to figure out what you're going to do. It's been a long time.
The spotlight thing never mattered to me.
I get
my
that
life
vibe.
before this was always pretty much in the shadows. So I've never got used to being, under the lights, or, being on red carpets, anything like that. That doesn't fascinate me at all. One of the many things that I'm going to do is definitely continue my journey with my beautiful wife. She's one of the best real estate agents to me in the world. I hope she sees this. So yeah, and just watching her tenacity and vigorous work and what she's doing, it's motivated me. So I told her, yo, let me go to work with you one day.
Yeah.
And I did, and I started fucking loving it. And now we're like co-partners.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so we have properties together, you know what I mean, and things like that. And the venture is good, man. The venture is good, and when you're working with somebody that's A+ in what they do, like my wife is, I believe she's with, oh my God, I forgot the name of the company, EXP. EXP.
Okay.
She's with EXP Realty, and they do numbers. They do numbers, so it's a great.
I love this business plug as well.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I'm sure your wife and kids are gonna love the extra time that they can spend with
Absolutely.
you at home.
Absolutely. She never really liked it, the business, but like I said, it's a means.
That's understandable.
Yeah, no question. It's a means to an end. It's a means to an end, and I felt like, she's been through it long enough. Everybody is growing older, wiser, and different times for different journeys to enjoy life. So real estate is definitely one of them. Everybody that knows me at all, they know that I am a severe biker.
I've seen little glimpses of this.
Yeah.
So.
I am a severe Harley rider. I used to ride sports bikes. No diss to the sport bike generation, but I'm a hog man now. I have a Harley, and I can't get enough of it. Matter of fact, I have a YouTube channel that caters, to it as well. I'm going to make it a lot of things, but you'll see a lot of my stuff on my Harley bike. With it, me interviewing other people.
Oh, okay. So the fans will still get a chance to see you, but it's in a different light.
Yeah. I want to bring it out to the fans, that always wanted to meet me and always wanted to see me. Not only will you do that, if you have a motorcycle, I don't give a fuck what kind of motorcycle it is. I'm going to interview you. and it's called writing. What does it mean to you? I just want to know, what does writing, what's the gravitation for you, and it's been going good. It's been going good. It's called Prince TV on YouTube. So,
Okay.
yeah, it works. It works. To all of my followers and supporters, big ups. Love you.
Well, that's going to do extremely well.
Absolutely.
People are going to love to see a more personal side to you. Again,
Right, because they never do.
Right, that's how I started this interview. Yeah, we really don't get a chance to see what you do outside of work. So this will be great to see you in one of your hobbies.
Yeah. That's a big hobby of mine, as well as, like I said, once again, with the wife, we're venturing off into, other businesses. So we're laying down the floor mat, and it's going great, man. I'm just having a good time in life right now.
I love that. Well, of course, best of wishes to you and your family with all of your new business ventures in the near and far future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So, Prince, what do you want to be remembered for after you've retired?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Great question. To tell you honestly, I don't think that is even a question for me. I think that's more of a question for the fans. How they choose to remember me.
Okay.
What did I bring to the table? I can't tell you what I brought to the table. I was actually there when it was happening. Just like in a good movie that you remember, you could always remember, oh my God, remember that movie that Will Smith was in, or Denzel Washington? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I get that.
Yeah. I can't even answer that. That's to the fans to remember. I'm honored to the deepest, to know that not only have I made an impact in the business, but I'm looked at as not only a legend, but one of the best people to ever have done this. Bringing in moves even to the business, like the notorious F-150 in the atom bomb. So yeah, that's for the fans, man. I'm gonna get that to them. I came, I seen, I conquered. Thank you, Lord, and for the people that love me as well as for the people that hate me, I always gave you your money's worth. I always give you your money's worth. If I could leave with anything, I always give you your money's worth. That's what it'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, well, I feel like I've been drilling you just a bit. I have one final question.
Yeah, talk to me.
Well, what does your legacy in life look like? I mean, it sounds like you're starting new ventures, so maybe that's something that you can't even answer yet, but it sounds like you've lived 3 lifetimes in this one lifetime already.
Wow.
So far, what does your legacy in life look like?
Persistence, drive, and pure motivation. Yeah, that's what I would say it's been.
I gathered all of that from your book, for sure.
Yeah, I was a ghetto kid, and when I say ghetto kid, I mean I really was born, and raised in the projects. And from that, my mother pulled us up out of that, and we went to the north side and, lived a good life. And then from there, I ventured off into, organizations and things like that. So, yeah, it's been a lot of lives wrapped up in one life. That was a good way to put that. Then this whole 20, year stint here, and with all the ups and downs with that, but, fastly moving forward is what I see. Fastly moving forward is the goal, and as long as the Father, continues for me to be healthy, be able to take care of my family, and when I see my fans, give them a what's up and cool picture, whatever. I'm great. That's all I need. That's all I need. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good question.
Yeah. Well,
That was a good question.
I must say that I'm just as impressed with you in person as I actually more. I'm more impressed with you than I even thought I would be, meeting
Appreciate that.
you in
Appreciate
person and speaking with you. And I thank you so much for taking the time and sitting down with me and answering
that.
some of my questions that I know your fans were dying to know as
Kind to
well.
know.
Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get you back for a part 2, and we can
Right.
maybe get a little, before you decide to exit, maybe we could get a little juicier with the industry questions, but we'll say that for another time.
Right.
We'll say that for another time.
Well, one of the big reasons why I want everybody to know I did this with you is because, the way you approached me when I seen the email, you were like, hey, I'm small, I'm just trying to, reach out and, do something. And I was like, that was real cool. And then when you told me I could even get a copy of it, so, I could actually show my people
Oh, absolutely.
what this was. I was like, I was all for it. I was all for it, so I appreciate you. That one question that I know you wanted to ask me about, who do I listen to when I'm like in the gym and all of that there? Who do I listen to? 50 Cent. Love 50.
Good one.
Come on.
Yeah.
50's my man. 50's my man. You gotta fuck with 50. 50. I'm an old school guy with it. 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes,
Classic.
Nas, without a doubt.
Of course.
Biggie, without a doubt.
Classic.
Brooklyn, they're always in the house. Who else? Man, that's really on my playlist. Yeah, those are really the people that's on my playlist.
Okay.
The sport, like you asked me as well, that I watch the most is definitely MMA. I love MMA. Like my man that just took it again, the title this week after 3-year layoff.
Yes, Bones Jones.
Bones Jones, come on. And let me end it with this. I got an interesting story about Bones Jones. In Vegas, my plane touched down and I got off the plane and now I'm walking through the airport. I'm going down the escalator so, I could grab my bags. And as I'm walking down, I look to I think it was to my left, and I look down and all of a sudden I see him look up and we both, and I'm like, oh shit, Bones Jones, so I give him the and he right away, and I'm like, you the man. He's like, oh nigga, you the man. So I'm like,
That's so cool.
For sure. So when I get off the escalator, I'm going right instead of going left where he's at, and he completely screams out, yo, I know you're not finna walk past me without coming over here and saying something to me. So I turned around immediately, I'm smiling, we go over there, we hug each other, and he's like, yo, it's really you. You're the truth. You're a legend. And I'm like, no, you're the legend. He's like, no, nigga, you're the legend. And what made it ironic is that, the crew that he had with him, none of them knew who I was. So when he realizes this, he's like, you fools don't know who this dude is? He's like, this dude's the man. He was like, man, I'm going to have to check you guys' resume. It was so fun.
I don't want to say what they do or don't watch or who they do or don't follow, but
right.
Do these celebrity encounters happen like this a lot?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, wow.
All the time. One of my favorite rappers, I seen him not too long ago. Me and my wife was actually at Benihana, and I seen Bino. And right away he seen me. He was like, "Oh, Prince, what's good, fam?" I was like, "Yo, oh my God." My wife had no idea who he was, but I was like, "Yeah, she." She be stuck in the books with the real estate. I was
Oh.
like, Mom, I said, this is one of the the hardest niggas alive. So, you know, I get it all the time, but like I said, you know, I appreciate them. They appreciate me. You know, we give each other love, and we just leave it at that. You know, yeah. So
That's
it was
cool.
cool. It was cool. But like I said, I know this has been a great interview. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your
Yeah.
time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you know, you'll be good. We'll
right.
catch you back in the future, and
For sure.
yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Mhm.